Front wheel, back wheel. You see here, I would pick the nice soft line just in the corner here. There's quite a nice little, there's a nice line across it just there in that corner where you can miss the worst of it out if you're going at speed. And then again here. It's a great little place to practice getting over them, that, isn't it? Because you've got quite a few in a row, quite nice little gutters to do it. But if you look at it, there are easy ways around most of them. Not always, but they usually are. A little bit of rocky tech here, but it all rolls nicely. Now this next section is like a step up from that. I mean, that's like fairly rollable stuff. Here you've got definite line choices, so I think we should go and have a little look at it first before we cycle down it, and then you can have a look and see what you're happy with. I mean, if you want to walk part of this, that's absolutely fine. First time I ever rode it, I walked it, and it takes a while. If you come into this and you don't know the line, you're fucked really. Even really good riders, I see them on YouTube, and they come down here and they get the line wrong and they end up getting off their bike, because if you don't get the right line, you're fucked. Line here, so I'll come down this way and we drop down into this groove here. If you go that way, you start getting into a world of trouble. The crux move is just here, but actually there was a nasty rock there, but Scott took it out last year. But there's just a little off-camber slab here, so just let the brakes off there and you'll just slide over that, because if you try and holding it on the brakes on that, your front wheel will step out, and it's quite a nasty drop into the thing there, so you'll be having a bad day if you ended up going down there. And then this next section here, I mean, I don't know if you want to ride this bit, and then we'll stop there and have a talk about the next bit, you think? Yeah, it's a little committing move, that, isn't it? That's it, perfect, well done, Andy. This drop here just rolls, it just rolls nicely.
If you say so.
What it is if you go back up there and we'll have a little go at it, we'll try it again. Because you'll easily do it, you just need a bit of confidence and a bit of commitment. When you put your feet on the ground, you tend to lose balance.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem. This tree probably is, maybe it's not the best one to do because you've got a nice big tree here to avoid as well. But you know, your bike will just roll down that lovely. It'll roll down that without any problem at all. I mean, do you want to have another go at it or not, Andy?
Of course I do.
Yeah, have another go at it. But you know, it'll just roll down this really nicely. You've just got to be a little bit. Your back brake's fine, but your front brake, just be a little bit careful for it, because if you're putting too much weight for your front end, you know, you don't want the front end to slide, because you will go down. I'll get out of the way. That's it, great. What you find is they come down here and they end up here, and then they've got this big drop in front of them and they stop there, and that's where the videos usually stop. So that's why we go down that side. But it's just a bit of knowledge really. Well, if you just put your bike down, we'll have a look at the next bit here. We'll get to here and they'll either take this line or that line.
Left, yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. Take this line here. This is the line to take, this one here. If you take that line, what will happen is you get to that big flat rock there and then you're fucked, because you've either got to jump over the rock or try and get around it, which is going to smash your derailleur and probably rip your feet off the pedals. So this is the line here down the middle.
Okay.
So you come down here, and this is it feels quite steep on the bike, but actually it rolls quite nicely. On my fat bike I get the back wheel in the air sometimes because it is quite steep. So you can see there, that's actually quite a narrow gap for your pedals and your feet to go through. You can do it, but to be honest with you, a bit of the rocks come away here. It actually was much more built out. I think someone's either smashed that off, or you know, someone's modified that, or someone's taken a bigger lump. Someone's taken a bigger lump out there, because this used to be much narrower. So you probably could do that line now. Actually, it's probably just about pedal width. Anyway, through here, And what I do is I always stick to the right here. So I'll come over to the left. Sorry, not the right, the left. And then I'll drop down here. And you've got a little drop here. And then you've got a bit of a zigzag move here, this is the hardest part of the whole descent, this bit here, where you want to get round this rock and you want to drop over there, because there's a big drop here. Like that is definitely you'll go over the bars if you go over that one. So you want to keep to this line here. It's quite intimidating to look at, isn't it? But actually, it does flow. And as I say, the only really difficult bit is that bit at the bottom there, where you've got to get round that, because you could drop off that, but you'd need to do a manual to get off it, because otherwise you're going to hit your crank on it. It's like you need to lift the front wheel up, because if you roll over it, what's going to happen is you're going to get to the edge like that. It's a straight edge, and your front wheel's going to go plop, and your chainring is going to hit that, right. And probably your weight's going to go like that, and you're going to get thrown over the bars. If you did a manual, it's like or some sort of pedal kick wheelie, it's like a way of lifting the front wheel so the bike floats over like that, and then when the back wheel's on the edge, you drop the front wheel.
You need to be getting up some speed to be able to do that.
No, you don't. That's the point. If you're going fast, you'll be able to do it without doing any of those things. But because you're not going fast, then great stuff, Andy. Great stuff. So you get a nice line through that. You do that ever so well. So this bit here, that little bit there is intimidating. And what probably will happen is you'll just end up overshooting it and stopping there. But the bike will go down that, no problem at all. I mean, that bike will do amazing things.
Bloody hell.
And then, I mean, what happens is if you don't get that turn right, well, you don't control your speed properly, you just end up coming up here and you can stop here, or we can roll down this bit here. Now there, stop, because this is the bit I was talking about. This is your square edge drop here. Yeah. You don't want to go off that, because if you can imagine, you can see all those. You see,
want to take this line on the right.
You see these marks?
Yeah.
Those are people's chain ring hitting that. So what happens is they come down here without enough speed. If you're going fast, you'll just fly off that. If you're going like the controlled speed you'll be riding that with, you're going to hit that. Your front wheel's going to go plonk. Your chain ring is going to hit in there. You're probably going to end up down there on your face. But what I would do is I would really control my speed round there. And then I'll just, this line here, so you're dropping down here, which is rollable, and then just through that gap there. I mean, you can just go over these rocks, but it's about picking a nice line. But you see that drops there, fine for your chainring to go over, it just rolls over that. And you can either go over this rock or you can go, I mean, I went round here, that's the way I took. Nice and smooth.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is basically the best line through that crap there. And I mean, and you know, a little bit, I don't know, 2 weeks time you'll come back here and you'll ace that, no problem at all. You'll ace. You know something? I haven't even got my suspension unlocked. I was thinking it felt a bit rough. I hadn't even got my suspension properly unlocked. because there's a big drop on that gutter, you can just roll over it there. I'll try and keep you in touch with you, Andy. But I mean, there isn't really an awful lot of line choice. Well, there is a little bit, but it's just all about keeping a bit of momentum up. Hiya. Hey, at least the sun's come out for us, hasn't it? It was miserable before. Ah, you're looking good there, Andy. That's perfect speed. Well done. You know, you're going fast enough to carry your momentum, but not so fast as to... Well done. Good. No, and it gets better. There's more to come. Are you alright, Andy? Yeah, just be careful you don't do that, please.
That was that little pool.
Yeah.
And he floated through it and I went into it.
Yeah. Just you just got to keep this sort of... I don't think you can go any slower than I'm going now, to be honest with you, to keep the momentum up. We've got a little bit of rocky fun here. That's a bit tricky, that bit. Andy's First week on his new Lapierre Zesty e-bike. He's having lots of fun on it. Straight over and down here.